Hello and good morning. So in this video, I'm going to go over some healthy habits that I do to set me up for a successful day. As you could see, I wake up at 5:55 a.m. and that is to give myself time in the peace and quiet, time before my kids wake up, to get myself together, get my thoughts together so that I can start the day. When I first started doing this, I was only giving myself about 15 minutes and I keep pushing it back. Now I give myself about 35 minutes before I wake the kids up. What I'm doing here is the first thing I do when I get out of the bed is not to make my bed, but is to open my window. This is something my grandmother taught me. She lived to the young age of 95, and she said the first thing you should do when you wake up is open your windows, let some fresh air in your room, let some fresh air into your bed sheets before you make your bed. And these are my adorable dogs, and they're just snoozing away. It's really early for them. The next thing I do is make a nice fresh cup of coffee just to get me going. And I usually only have one cup, and I use one of these little K-Pod refillables. Now that I have my coffee, I'm going to have a seat in my chair, watch the sun come up. As you can see, it's already starting to come up. And I've never been one to journal. It's not really been my thing. I've tried it in the past, and it just wasn't for me. But I am a list person. I love to make lists. So what I'm going to do, of course, yawn. I yawn a lot here, by the way. So what I'm going to do is make a list of things that need to get done for the day. I'll go back and check my list from yesterday to see what I didn't get to complete. I'll add it to today's list, and just to keep all of my thoughts on a piece of paper. And I carry this little book around with me. Me yawning again. I carry this book around with me just to make sure that I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing for the day. I encourage you to get something on paper. It could be journaling. It could be a list like what I do. Whatever works for you. But I know it's good to get your thoughts down on paper. The first item on my list every day is always the same, and it is to leave for school on time. I am not going to be the same person as I was last year with us running out the door last minute, always late. I'm giving myself plenty of time. I'm giving my kids plenty of time, and we're getting it together this year. And now, of course, it's time to show the fur babies some love. Gotta give them some love in the mornings. They're sweeties. They always show me love, so I want to show them the love right back. Now, before I wake my kids up, I always go ahead and start their breakfast just because I want it to be ready when they are up and dressed. This is a recipe given to me by a subscriber. Thank you, Alice. It is oat and banana pancakes. It is 1 ripened banana, an egg, and 35 grams of oat flour. I did not have oat flour, but I had oats, and I do not have a food processor. So basically, I put these oats in a bag and I just beat the life out of them until they were a little bit finer than what they started as, and just hoped and prayed that my kids ate it. I just add all the ingredients to a bowl and I mix it together, and I add a little bit of water at the end just to thin it out a little bit, and then I put it in a frying pan and make a pancake out of it. My 6-year-old daughter, she loved it. She loves anything banana flavor, so she was happy with it. My 2-year-old son, he ate a little bit of it, but it wasn't his favorite thing. But I'll still keep giving it to him. That's kind of what you do, right? Even though they don't like it, they kind of learn to like things. That's how my kids started to eat vegetables. I just kept offering it to them, and eventually they start eating it, and I have no problem. They're not picky eaters, so I will keep offering it to him along with some fruit on the side. Usually some blueberries make him pretty happy. And it's time for me to take the dogs out. I'm going to take them out to our fence. The fence is not connected to our house. It's connected to the shop. But I put them out in this big fence in the morning before it gets too hot so they can run around, get a lot of their morning energy out, and then I will come back and get them in a little bit. I also like just to get outside in the mornings. I spend a few minutes out here with them, watching them, throwing a ball, whatever needs to be done. But it's good for my soul to be outside in the mornings, to smell the fresh air, just as the sun has come up, and it feels so good outside. It hasn't gotten hot yet. Now, of course, it's time to wake the kids up. I'm in my daughter's room. She is by far the easiest to wake up. All I have to do is give her a little kiss, tell her it's time to get up. We've already laid her clothes out the night before, and she's up and she's usually ready to go. Now, my son is a little bit harder to get up, but it's okay. Now it's time for me to get myself dressed. So I've already cooked the breakfast. I took the dogs out, got the kids up, got them dressed. So I'm going to, of course, brush my teeth, and I'm going to rinse off my face. I do not wash my face in the mornings. I have pretty sensitive skin. I basically just want to get any excess oil off my skin. I do that just with cold water, and I will apply a moisturizer with SPF, of course, and that'll be about it for me as far as skincare goes straight in the mornings. After I put my moisturizer on, I just go ahead and do a little lymphatic massage on my face and on my neck. It feels so good to do this in the mornings, especially, you're kind of puffy. You need to get some of that fluid off of your face and just drain it down your lymphatic system on your face. Now that I am dressed and ready to go, I go ahead and put my gym shoes on in the mornings, like early in the mornings. It sets the mood for me. When I put my Converse on, I know that it's going to be a gym day, like there's no getting around it. So I just go ahead and put those on in the morning, or like early in the morning, so that I am in that mindset. Now that I have been up for about an hour and the windows have been open for about an hour and it's time to make the bed, now I go ahead, and it's not hard for me to do because I'm the only one that sleeps in it, but go ahead and just make it, get it nice and fluffed and straightened out. But I still leave the windows open. I'll leave the windows open as long as it's not burning hot outside. I'll leave them up probably until lunchtime. As far as my morning routine goes, that's kind of it for me. Once the kids are done eating and everything's ready, I head to the gym. Now, this is what I see when I come home from the gym. I realize that I have destroyed the kitchen that morning. I have made a huge mess, and it's time to straighten it up. On this particular day, I walked in and I was like, oh my goodness, what in the world did we do this morning? So I always do a house reset when I get home from the gym, and it doesn't take me long to do. I basically clean all the counters off, clear off all my spaces, straighten up the toys in the living room, and that's about it. And I make the beds. I make the kids' beds. So it doesn't take me long to do. I just go ahead and do it before I do anything else. On this particular day, before I came home, I went by the little farmer's market stand and got some peaches. Peach season is almost over and I'm very sad about it, so I'm just going to hoard all of these peaches that I can. But I'm gonna go ahead and straighten up the house. This is my second big cup of water for the day. Like I said, I'm trying to get my water in, and I love a big old stainless steel Yeti. It keeps my water nice and cool. While I am doing this house reset, as I like to call it, I'm not cleaning anything at this moment. I'm just picking things up and putting them back where they're supposed to be. Moving on to the living room, it's not that bad. I have our shoe basket there, as you can see, is out of control. Got some toys on the floor, not too bad. I straightened all of this up the night before, so that's why it's not as bad as it usually is. So I'm just going to go through these shoes, take them where they need to be, vacuum the floor, and that's about it for the living room. Moving on to my son's room, he threw all of his cars into his crib. So I'm just going to take those out, straighten things up, pick the stuff up off the floor, and that's it. Moving on to the danger zone. This is my daughter's room. She keeps it a mess. I have to straighten it up. She also straightens it up when she gets home. I leave her all of her stuffed animals stay on the floor because she will straighten them up later. She usually does it in the morning. She didn't this morning, so she'll deal with that when she gets home from school. So that house reset took me 15 minutes. That's all it took for me to feel better about my house, to get everything back straight where it's supposed to be. I do this every day so that it's very minimal. Also, my children have been playing in my shower, as you can see. So I do this every day so that it's very easy to maintain. So I've taken my shower. I'm getting ready to just blow dry my hair. I'm also putting some moisturizer on my skin. And I usually don't blow dry my hair every day, but I am going to be subbing for the next 2 days. So I wanted to go ahead and just blow dry my hair and get it done. I usually don't wear makeup either, but I feel like if I take the time to do something, do my hair, do something to my face, I feel a little bit better. So basically, I'm just going to do my eyebrows. I'm going to darken those up. I have some hair on my face here, but I'm going to darken my eyebrows a little bit. I have to turn my big light off to do it because my eyes are so blonde. So I do that, and it makes me feel better about myself for the rest of the day. And y'all, looking at this video is so funny. I may have lost almost 35 pounds by now, but that double chin is still there. And yeah, I'm just gonna have to get I don't feel like it's gonna go anywhere anytime soon. And these faces I'm making are just terrible. But this is that little Revlon a blowout brush. It works pretty nice. I don't blow dry my whole head. I usually leave the ends wet because I don't mind the waves in it, but I want to blow dry the top of my head because I have a cowlick right in the back, and if I don't blow dry it, it goes crazy. So I am showered, I am blow dried, and it's time for me to eat now. This will be my first meal of the day, and this particular day I was not particularly very hungry, but I wanted to have something delicious and filling. So I'm just going to have some Greek yogurt with some granola and a peach on top. Now, this particular peach was not very soft or very juicy, but that's okay. I'm going to eat it anyway. I use it when it's when it's a soft peach, I'll, cut it up and put it in my yogurt. But when it's a little bit firm, I just use it and dip out my yogurt with it. Use it like just use it like a spoon. Okay, y'all, I just wanted to share some healthy habits with y'all that I've been doing the last 2 or 3 weeks. I'm staying on this schedule of getting up before my kids and doing all the things that I need to do to have a successful day, to make sure I get to the gym, to make sure I'm eating healthy, make my list of things that need to be done, and that's about it. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.